everyone, it's Elfin, and a few days ago I posted a video, but because I haven't played Fallout 4 without mods in so long, my memory wasn't clear on what was available in the base game before I started adding mods, and so I made a mistake. Someone found that mistake and they called me on it, and I appreciate it because it allows me to refilm and give you the correct information. So here we go with take 2. Today I'm playing Fallout 4, and I'm going to be showing you the lore-friendly mods that I use when I play the game. All the mods that I use are found in the standard Bethesda Mods InGame and not in Creation Club. I also don't use any mods that give me godlike powers or infinite supplies. All the mods that I use are things that I think Bethesda should have put into the game from the very beginning, and these mods correct that. We're going to look at these mods individually, give a quick description or some features, and then we're going to pop into the game, and I'm going to expand on 2 of my favorites. So here we go with the first mod. The first mod that I use is Marcy and June Long Annoying Text Removal, and that's all it does. It removes the whining and complaining that Marcy and June Long do once they reach Sanctuary. It doesn't change any of the Concord Quest dialogue or anything like that, just once you reach Sanctuary. The next mod is Simple Settlers. Simple Settlers comes in 2 editions, Mortal and Immortal. I choose to use the Mortal edition because I don't mind if my settlers die. I think that's part of the game. But there are quite a few features that I want to quickly go over. The first feature is it gives individual names to your settlers, so they're not just known as the generic settler anymore. So when you assign a job or a bed, you know exactly who you're assigning it to. The second feature is it increases the variables of physical appearance in your settlers, so they look a bit different. The third, and this is a very small chance because it's never happened to me the whole time I've been using this mod and playing the game. It gives a small chance of recruiting a child as a settler, and you can assign jobs to that child and move them between settlements. Now the fourth one, and I love this feature, I think it should have been in the game from the very beginning. It allows your adult settlers to level up as your sole survivor levels, and I think that's a great addition. Now the next mod is Settlement Supplies Expanded, and the only thing that this mod does is it gives you a variety of objects to use as decor in your settlements. That's it. The next mod is Repaired Sanctuary Houses, and I love this mod because it answers the questions that I've always had when I started playing the game and before I got this mod, is why in 210 years hasn't someone thought to pick up a hammer and board up a few windows? This mod does correct it. The next mod is Infinite Settlements, and the only thing that this mod does is it removes your build limit. This mod, Scrap That Settlement, is my absolute favorite mod in the entire game. It allows you to scrap pretty much everything in your settlement. It does have a few limitations, and once we pop into the game, I'm going to go over them. This is the base game mod. If you have any add-ons to your game, you're going to have to get the mod that corresponds to that add-on if you want to scrap anything in those settlements. So I have Vault-Tec Workshop, I have Far Harbor, and I have Nuka World, so I had to get those. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pop into the game, and I'm going to show you a few of these features. If you look around really quickly, you'll see that the town doesn't look much different than what it did. It's still very lore friendly. It looks like a town that has been hit by a nuclear blast. There's nothing bright, nothing shiny. So we're going to pop into the Sole Survivor's house and look at some of the things that Repaired Sanctuary Houses does. If you look at the windows, you can see that they've been boarded up, but they're using really lore-friendly materials, things that you think that you would find around this town. We'll go into Baby Sean's room and look at the windows. Once again, nothing bright or nothing shiny, nothing new. Just boarding up windows. Now we're going to go really quickly into the next door neighbor's house because I want to show you another aspect of Repaired Sanctuary Houses. In the base game, this room was a giant room. The bathroom and the bedroom were together because there was no partition here. And what this mod did is it used lore-friendly material to separate the rooms. So now you have 2 rooms. And once again, it doesn't ruin the immersion into the game. You're still in that post-apocalyptic wasteland, and it's not pre-war. So that is repaired sanctuary houses. Now I'm going to really quickly take a look at the Scrap That Settlement. In Scrap That Settlement, you have to have access to your workbench. So if you have not unlocked it, you're not going to be able to use Scrap That Settlement. So we're going to go really quickly and see how lore friendly this actually is. This mod is not going to give you a massive amount of material when you scrap something. It's going to give you a pretty, what I think, fair amount. So really quick, we'll scrap this tire. As you can see, I'm not getting like 25, 50, or 60 rubber. I'm only getting 4. And that seems pretty accurate as far as the amount. We're going to go over really quickly to a pile of leaves. And we're going to take a look, and it's going to give me 2 fertilizer. Once again, very lore friendly and nothing that's completely outrageous. Now, one of the drawbacks of this mod is that you can be just going along and scrapping all kinds of things and just having fun. And then you go over and you go, oh, I'm doing this and this and this. Oh, I scrapped that tree. Well, unfortunately, there's no other way to get it back unless you go to a previous save. And sometimes that can be very annoying because you've scrapped a ton of things and then you scrap something you want to keep, and then you have to go back if you go to a previous save and redo all the scrapping you've already done. And I've done that before, and I've pretty much just lived with it. I've just said, forget it. I'm just going to live with what I've done because I don't want to go back and redo everything. Now, another thing that you can't do is you can't scrap any bodies that you've killed. You can't go in and say, I killed some bloat flies in here, and I can't go and I can't scrap those bodies. Now, you can scrap skeletons, but nothing that you've recently killed. Another drawback of this mod is that if an item's body has too much of a percentage outside of the settlement, you can't do anything about it. Like, I can't scrap this hedge right here. And I can't scrap this log. So that's one of the drawbacks. But pretty much everything else you can scrap. Now, the mistake that I made on the previous video was that I said that in the base game you couldn't scrap the ruined houses in Sanctuary, and that's absolutely not true. There are some settlements that you can't scrap the ruined houses and you just have to deal with it and build around them or build to them. But in Sanctuary you can scrap all the ruined houses. Now, one of the things I really like about this mod is it is extremely satisfying to go by and just scrap things. And it's just, to me, eases the stress of a bad day. I don't know why I like it so much. It's just really fun. And you can see that I'm cleaning up Sanctuary, and I'm not making it look pre-war. I'm just getting rid of the trash. And I think that it's pretty fair to say that in a post-apocalyptic world where you have very little supplies and you're trying to survive, you're going to utilize whatever you can. And this mod allows you to do that. So those are my 2 favorite mods, Scrap That Settlement and Repaired Sanctuary Houses. Those are the mods I use. I hope you enjoy this video, that you subscribe and like it and come back for more. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.